Hi everybody, welcome to another video. I'm Clifta and today is April 19th and I trained shoulders today. It's a really quick and simple workout, but I got a really good pump. So first up we have just a regular bar press for shoulders to the front, and I was just adjusting my grip and I'm noticing that the bar is crooked, but on my left side, it wasn't my shoulder, it was my collarbone that was tight, and that is from voluntarily coming off one of my horses in 2015, and I landed on the back of my shoulder. It pushed it forward and it did something to my collarbone, and I couldn't even reach my arm around behind my back. But over the years it's loosened up and gotten better, but I noticed on that set there it was a little tight. And this is the second exercise, so there's no rest between the first one and this one. And these are side dumbbell laterals, Charles Glass style. I saw this the other day and I'm like, I've never tried them that way, so I wanted to try them. I really liked them. This might even be an easier way to feel your side delts than the way that I've always done them. It took me a long time to learn the way that I do mine, which is coming right after this. With my regular side dumbbell lateral raises, it was a hit or miss thing. Sometimes I would feel them in my shoulders, sometimes I would feel them in my traps and neck, and it took me a long time to figure out how to do them, to feel them in my shoulders and not my traps. Probably about 11 years it took me to get them right every single time, where it wasn't a hit or miss thing. So this is my regular way. And this is one triple set done. So you're going to rest now after those 3 exercises, and then you're going to do them again. So I wanted to stay with the same weight as last time because I wanted to stretch that collarbone area out a little bit before going up in weight. This is 35 pounds and I just wanted to stay there and get my shoulder collarbone area warmed up a little bit more. And on the next set, when I add the weight, my bar kind of evened out a little bit more, so I did get that area warmed up. Another thing I was noticing, which you might have noticed on the first set of the bar presses, was I sat up a little bit straighter. I don't think I've ever done presses with this bench before, I'm not sure, but it doesn't go up all the way. It's still slightly leaned back a little bit, and it was kind of bothering me a little bit, and I don't know if it put it in a place to where I noticed my collarbone more, but it just didn't feel like it was in the right spot. So the next time I do shoulders, I might bring out my regular bench. This one is just easier to move around, so I kept it, and it's fine with chest. But for shoulders, it just seems like it's like in a weird spot. So I might try my regular bench next time. And this is the second round of the Charles Glass side laterals, and going into my regular side laterals. And with these, what I learned over the years is you just have to really think about pushing from your elbows. You lock your arms in place and think of them as a lever, and then put your focus in the middle of that lever and raise your lever up and focus on your side delt. So you're not thinking of raising your hands up to lift the weight, you're thinking of like that center of the lever, pushing that up so it all moves as a whole. So when you get to the top, you get a really good squeeze in the side delt. And then while you're doing that, you want to make sure you're keeping your neck and your traps out of it and just rotating right at the shoulder. And so here you can see I went up to 45 pounds on this one, and this is the third set. The bar is a little straighter. I think I was getting stretched out a little bit in my left collarbone, and I don't remember how many reps I did on this one, but it felt good to go up in weight. And this is the third round of the 3 exercises. I did one more round of the 3 after this, and then I did an extra set of the bar presses because they were feeling really good. I was warmed up and I just wanted to do that extra set with this heavier weight of the 45 pounds because I did 2 warm-up sets, so to say, with the 35 pounds before I went heavier. And then I did one more exercise after this for the rear delt, which you'll see in a little bit. but I want to give you a little bit of an update on my journey so far. I've been fairly good. I kind of lost it a little bit around tax time. I missed that week of working out, and so that was the first time since I started that I didn't get any workouts in that week. But I've gotten at least 1 to 3 workouts each week before and after that one week that I missed. And I was debating putting this on here because I didn't stick to my goals that week. And you can get down on yourself when you mess up with your goals. And my 2 main goals for this year are getting at least 1 workout in per week and also keeping my protein intake up higher. In a way, I feel like I went 2 steps backwards, and it would be really easy to get down on myself, and I started to, but then you can't do that to yourself. You have to just pick yourself back up and just keep going, keep moving forward. And it's like so different not competing. When you're competing, it's like you just have to do it. You have to get in your workouts per week while at the same time listening to your body and taking days off when you need them. But I always gave myself about 2 days off per week, and I didn't have set days off. I just listened to my body, and if I was supposed to do legs one time but I wasn't feeling strong, I would go ahead and take that day off and do legs the next day after some rest. And when you don't have a show to get ready for, it's really easy to just say, it's like, what's the big deal? It's like I missed last week working out. Well, it's like, I don't feel like it this week either, because we get down on ourselves, and then you can kind of get into that rut of not doing stuff. And then before you know it, you're kind of back to where you were before you started working out again. And I was like, okay, no, I can't do that. I just have to keep going and stay positive and do what I can do. My life is so different now compared to when I competed. When I competed, that's all I had was that and, training people. And now my life is just so different. And I have so many animals that I take care of that rely on me. And, my clients, I still have clients. I still train people. And it's just different now. It's learning how to stay motivated and keep pushing forward without having that goal of a show that makes you do it. You just have to find the time, and sometimes you have to dig deeper in order to do what you have to do. And when you don't have that, you're like not really getting ready for anything, so I can kind of take off if I want to. And there was really no excuse for me missing that week other than I do get really stressed when I do taxes, and I just didn't want to have one more thing to think about having to do. And yeah, I just didn't do it. That's all there is to it, and I can choose not to do it since I don't have a show to get ready for. And I just had to make sure that I didn't get down on myself and stress about not getting that one workout that I said I was going to. I don't like not reaching my goals, and I didn't reach my goal for that week. And you know what? Sometimes you just have to say it's okay. It's okay, to miss like that. It just becomes bad when it becomes a habit, and then you miss the next week, or a couple weeks after that you do the same thing again, and then you start to go down that slippery slope and you get back into the habits that you were doing before. And so now I'm back on track, getting back to my workouts, but I feel like the stress of the taxes kind of made me a little squishier looking. I'm sure it raised my cortisol levels, plus then me beating myself up for not getting a workout in, I'm sure that raised my cortisol levels too. So it just made me feel squishier and more watery. I didn't feel quite as tight and quite as hard. My protein was still pretty good, but I don't think it was as good as it had been before the taxes. So I'm getting back to that again too. I know my protein intake was better than it was before I started this journey, but I think I slipped on that just a little bit too. And after this, you're going to see one of my meals that I had after this workout, and it's kind of typical of how I eat normally. One of my favorite things, though, lately I've added in some carbs, and it's oatmeal and sometimes a rice cake or two, because I had done keto for so long, probably about 3 years, and starting to up my protein, and then I've added in some carbs, and one of my favorite things is an oatmeal pancake, which I'll maybe do a video on that too. So give me a thumbs up if you want to see that recipe for my oatmeal pancake. It's really, really good. It's one of my favorite things. But you can see here in this video, I rolled up my sleeves so I could see my shoulders, and I feel like my fullness to the muscle is down a little bit because, like I said, I wasn't quite as good with my protein too. So I missed that 1 week of workout and let my protein slip down just a little bit. And I got an okay pump, but I just feel like I was maybe looking better a couple weeks ago, but that's okay. That's why I'm doing this video like this and showing my shoulders so I can see my progress after this. And this is a new spray that I found, and I'm getting ready to make my meal here. I always turn it on to high, and then I get my eggs. These are fresh eggs from my chickens. Once I get my eggs in, that I do turn the heat down and cover them. So I had 2 whole eggs, and this is some of my favorite broccoli. It's so easy. You just throw the bag in the microwave, and I had some of that with some avocado. My fresh chicken eggs are done, and this is my plate here, what it looked like, and it disappeared really quickly, and it was so good.